I guess it does a certain amount of time.
Okay.
I guess we'll just post both.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll figure this out. I guess I'll be figuring it out tomorrow.
Well, yeah, you can edit it. That's the cool
part.
part.
Yeah, no.
Anyways, something that struck me is one of the first things that you told me. You said, I'd love a spot at the farmer's market so I can give away produce. It's terrific. I remember you and I were talking about one of my experiences living in the inner city. You know, I took a urban parking space, turned it into a flush garden.
Wow.
And a lot of the people that would walk by never had a fresh tomato before or a snow pea, and it was just a spectacular experience to be able to share that. Yeah. You know, I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to own property so bad, is because I would build a garden most every place that I lived, but you know, the part about renting is you got to leave it behind. So now it's just it's such a privilege and an exciting thing to be able to, you know, envision a large garden, to be able to share with others, you know, and even me and my own.
And make it your own. And that's what's really important.
Yeah.
You know, and I know I don't know if we're going to talk about it tonight, but you know, we've talked at length about what land ownership means to us.
Yeah.
And I think the word that came up, and correct me if I'm wrong, but was freedom.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like political freedom. It wasn't like, you know, like that kind of concept. It was about the freedom. And when you mentioned renting, I've been renting for the past, you know, especially since I retired and I moved out. And it's not your own. You can't put your own stamp on it. You can't make it your own.
That's right.
Because it's not yours.
Yep.
And one thing that struck me when I found out that you had bought 5 acres, and I just think the story was so cool, was how young you are. And it kills me. To have that dream, to have that freedom at such an early age, that it took me 60 plus years to get to the same point, you know? And, you know, I've owned places before, but never like land.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the difference. It's land. It's the amount of land. You know, if you're in a condo or you're in a townhouse or you're in a subdivision, it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know, and when I think when we show our properties, it's going to like bring it to life, and hopefully as folks hopefully will follow us, will, you know, show all these projects that get put in place. And I know a lot of this is kind of like, I don't understand what these guys are talking about because you haven't seen squat. Unfortunately, it's dark out, so you wouldn't see much. You can kind of see the porch out here, but you know, I kind of envision this as like Tony Roberts meets a DIY show on HGTV, on, you know, the Home and Garden Network.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of get like that positivity. You know, Tony Robbins is a motivational speaker. Yeah. You know, I'm not all about that, but it's just kind of like some of the tenets of that, but through the lens of this land ownership and that word freedom. And it has nothing to do with patriotism, politics, nothing. That's not the freedom we're talking about. No. Or at least I'm not talking about it.
Autonomy.
Yeah, I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but I seem to remember us having that discussion. And
absolutely. And
it's interesting because we always think freedom as meaning the other kind, as opposed to almost like quality of life.
Yes.
Life freedom. Maybe that's a good way to put it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's life freedom. I think that in that sense, the space around us can reflect the freedom inside too. You know, I think that, you know, having space, having land is an opportunity to grow as an individual. You know I love dancing around outside of my place all the time. I dance, you know, I take
First of all, he says outside his place. His place, correct me if I'm wrong, is a camper.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Currently.
God bless you. Currently, he's gonna be building this cool cubist cement house.
Don't get it twisted. I mean, I got a functioning
no, get it
oven,
twisted. Get it twisted.
Functioning oven, a full functioning shower.
No
it's
toilet.
Amazing.
No toilet.
Oh, there's a toilet in there. Don't listen to him. It's great. But, anyways.
To be young, right? There's no. It's like he's doing Peace Corps in my backyard. You're like, dude, you're just down the road here.
Ultimate freedom.
I just picture you with like one of those little Coleman stoves, like we used to take when we'd go traveling during the summer with our Volkswagen van with the family, and we always like went to a national park and we pull into one of the spaces and we make macaroni and cheese on the Coleman stove.
Oh no, man! I'm like 10 levels ahead of that. It's
Are
great.
you above that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. But no,
By the way, I have
know,
not seen his property yet.
That's
So
true.
when y'all see it, I'll see it. So.
Yeah. But no, man, I just the the ability to dance around and let loose and whether for example today I was doing a mechanic job and I was just yelling a lot because it was frustrating. But it's nice to have the freedom to do that. You might be concerned about whether or not you did that in an urban area.
Oh, absolutely. Because
Versus-
people misread things and mistake what they're hearing.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, but I understand that because normally when you come over here, right? What's usually blaring?
Got all the music coming up.
Yeah, the house music, right?
Yeah.
That's another thing. You wouldn't think I'd be listening to house music. Yeah, I listen to house music. Used to be a country fan, but no mas. Yeah, and I'm usually just bebopping, and I've never felt that way with music. It's like I'll do the same thing, but I'll dance in here.
Yeah.
I'm not. I have neighbors a little bit too close, but I'm not going to be dancing out on the property. But I'll dance inside here, and I'll be blasting my music because I can. If I was in a condo, then I'm going to be bothering neighbors. I'm going to have shared walls, and not that. A lot of us have to live in those situations and have to start out in those situations. I guess the point is maybe you don't have to. Maybe there are ways that you can, get that slice of heaven. I never dreamed that I would, at this point in my life, that I would have this property. And it all just happened within a month. Everything just switched on a dime, and now here I am.
Isn't that funny how that happens though? I mean, sometimes it's just like, maybe you weren't even quite certain that you were looking for your next step in life. And then all of a sudden it's like this opportunity shows itself.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, this actually sounds really nice. Maybe I want to do this. All of a sudden you're signing papers, and then next thing you know, you're moving into a new place, or you're moving to a different space, or you are trying on a whole different line of plants for your landscape.
Yeah.
I think that, I think another thing about me is serendipity. It's one of my favorite words. And I think that most of the good things in my life that have happened have been due to serendipity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, wow, intention is important. You put intention into life, and I think that intention aids in serendipity. Inevitably, it'll put you in places where serendipity can happen. Mm-hmm. And I think that serendipity is important because it's organic. It helps to aid in natural happenings, if you will.
Yeah.
And I think that whether it be you finding your space and starting to develop that, me doing my thing, that's
But I think
a lens I like to see it in.
Well, and that's it's interesting because I think that encapsulates one of the things that we had talked about, in terms of like possible topics that we might explore, things like that as we go through this journey, was, and in this case doesn't solve, but resilience is one, but being a risk taker. I mean, what are you doing this summer?
Plenty of things.
What are you doing this summer that would be considered risk taking? Come on.
I like running marathons and climbing mountains too.
Crazy. And what are you going to be doing? What mountain are you going to be climbing this summer?
Well, next winter's Kilimanjaro.
Oh, what's the next winter?
Next winter, yeah.
Oh, wait. The summer is Alaska.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, something benign,
yeah.
something chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, something well within the box.
Naturally,
Yeah, not
naturally.
outside the box.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. Crazy stuff.
Positively Peninsula.
Positively Peninsula. PP. Do you mind if I kind of rinse the dishes?
Yeah.
I do like to cook, so whenever I have guests, and love to share food. I think it's always great to just break bread with folks.
Yeah. That's what we did first.
Yeah, and so I did say, would it be possible? You can have you can have a banana. You can have a, I don't care.
Refresh.
There you go. There, now you get to see my face in full. Here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Or however you want. We could maybe even sit.
Sit right there. Get some more download on